Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Double G here. This is episode 8 on the series that we're doing for the Elm Creek map. So in the last episode, we didn't get a lot done. It was time consuming. We did sell the sorghum that we had in the silo and we used that money to buy chicken food. And we bought the same amount of chicken food as the sorghum that we sold, and it netted us, oh hello doggy, it netted us about $2,000 profit. And then we bought the chicken food and put it in the chicken coop. We can check on that in a second. We also cut down the tree that was annoying me in the backyard, and we took it to the sawmill and sold it, and that netted us another couple $1,000. So now we're at $52,472. I think the dog may be lurking because he wants some food, so let's take care of that. We have progressed into March. See if that gets him coming around. Maybe not. No worries, he's fed. So the barley is good to go. We're just waiting for it to grow. If we look at the map, it's starting to turn darker green. It still has 2 or 3 growth stages left at least. The chickens have been laying eggs, so we should have more eggs. Yep, we have almost 3 pallets. If we look at the chicken food, oh, we've hatched more chicks. We hatched 60 chicks. So it looks like we're at our capacity now. We have the 150 chickens that we bought initially here. They're 10 months old, so that makes sense. We bought them 4 months ago and they were 6 months old. 2 months later, we had 150 chicks hatch. They're 2 months old now. And then, apparently, we have 60 brand new chicks, and that maxes out our coop at 360. So that's good. Maybe we'll start getting more eggs. We also still have some soybeans in the silo. Actually, I can check it from here. We have almost 5,000 liters of soybeans in the silo. The price is low. See, the best price without going on the train currently is $1,052. Oh, that's for wheat. Helps if you're on the correct crop. Oh, that's better. Still kind of low though. See, $23.63 without going to the train. High price is $3,700. We're in March. We want to be at least in June, if not July, when we sell it. Ideally, we want to wait for the optimal price, but at this point, we've got to start selling some stuff to make some money to, buy equipment and land and progress. That's all of that. The barley's looking good. We'll check on the grass. Let's see. Grass looks okay. And it says ready to harvest. I'm thinking it may need another month. I don't know if you get more yield out of grass that has been ready to harvest for longer, because visually it continues to grow. We don't really have anything else other than that to do until the barley's ready, and I'm wondering if it wouldn't benefit us to progress another month before we cut the grass. Just check really quick on the food for the chickens. I didn't look at that earlier. Yeah, so there's 7136. They were just below 9,000, so maybe 1,800 liters. So we're banking on 2,000 liters a day. 7136 now. I think we should progress to April in the hopes that we'll get a higher yield out of the grass. and we'll get a better idea how much food the chickens are going to eat with 360 of them in there. But I still think they may eat more as they get older, which would make sense. Oh, we're getting some rain. And I really do hate to just progress through the months like this, but there's just not a lot to do. We should also make sure we're checking the contracts page, because that's another solid source of income for us. Don't want to do baling. There's fertilizing. Fertilize. Where'd it go? Oh, it went away. Oh, wow. They're dropping. Okay. Spraying. Not so much. We could bale, but we've done so much. If I'm going to cut grass, I'm going to cut my own grass. Yeah. We'll just look into our own grass. That's fine. So at this point, we have almost 4 pallets of eggs. The food situation for the chickens is at 53, so that's another solid 1,800 liters. I'm hoping that we'll get, at this rate, we have another 2, just short of 3 months of food. But hopefully we harvest the barley in June. If it's July, we may have to buy another bag or 2 of food. So the only thing we've really got going right now, unfortunately, is the grass. That, I believe that deer was floating. Barley looks good, just not ready yet. Let's look at the map. Yeah, slightly darker shade of green. It's hard to compare though. I wish they would give you a percentage on the growing state or a stage, like 1 through 7 or whatever, but still obviously not ready. See, I don't know, to me it looks like maybe we have more grass than we had last month, which would make sense. The grass in the game's dynamic, so. But we have nothing else to do. There are no good contracts. So I say it's time to cut our own grass. We can get in the John Deere, head to the store. We're going to have to lease the equipment for the grass work this time. Hopefully, each time we do grass work, we'll be able to pick up a little more equipment. But it's so expensive. But you will get some good money out of the grass. So, alright. We can get in the John Deere. And what I do want to do is drop this weight, because we'll be using a front mower. So I'll just drop it over here. Also, since I'm going to lease the mowers, what I want to do is maximize the amount of grass that I do get, so the margins around these fields I will be mowing as well. They're unfertilized grass, but at the same time they will make silage, and it's free grass. We didn't have to plant the grass, plus it'll clean up the yard and make it look a little better. So I'm gonna get this off the grass, and I'll pick up the subsoiler, get it off the grass. Oh, ran over everything. Yeah, nope, it pushed it. So let's grab that subsoiler. Actually, just here. We'll get the trailer well clear of the grass. Just a little. Just to make it easier to maneuver. And pick up the subsoiler. Oh. Bad alignment. Came in hot. We can put this over next to the fertilizer sprayer. Alright, so we have all the grassy areas that I intend to cut clear. and we'll head over to the store and get ourselves a mower. Alright, so we're at the store. We're going to look into mowers. Now, ultimately, in terms of mowers, the Big M is going to be my gold standard ultimate to shoot for. But we don't even have enough grass to justify leasing that today. So we will look at the mowers for the tractor. You can use the F240 along with the 4140, and it won't provide much of a gap with the front mower and the offset rear mower. Same thing with the Kuhn 3123 and 4411. You could also use this Kuhn 8730. It's a butterfly, so you get more width. But I think today what I'm going to try out is this Pottinger combination, and it's more expensive than the Kuhn, but it will also create a swath. So it will eliminate, without us tedding the grass for hay, this will allow us to cut and create a swath in one pass, eliminating a step and eliminate leasing another piece of equipment. And it's got a really decent 10-meter working width. So we're going to go with this. Also, we're going to use the baler in a similar way. So I could get this Pottinger that does 125 bales and then get the corresponding wrapper that does 125s. But this Kloss Uniwrap, it'll cost us a little more money to lease, but it'll turn 2 steps into 1. So we're going to lease this as well. So we've got our equipment. Obviously we'll have to start with the mowers and then bring them back and come back for the baler. So we got the mower set up, hooked up. We're going to go over and mow. And I'm going to mow my grass fields, but also the margins around the grass fields. I'm also going to mow the margins around my front fields. And that may give us another 2 or 3 bales. And at this point, we just have to maximize all of the money that we can make. So it looks like we've spent around $9,000 in leased equipment to cut this grass. So I have to take that into consideration when we make money. I really kind of like this little back field road to get to the back side of our fields. Alright, so if we unfold everything, kind of driving over my bushes, but it doesn't really bother me that much, into the creek. We turn everything on and we lower everything, and then we're just going to mow absolutely everything that it will let us. Oh, we're on wide spreading, swath dropping. That's what we want. So we should just get the swath straight down the middle. There you go. So basically you're mowing and having it drop so you don't have to windrow after, which is nice. It's not going super fast. tractor may be slightly underpowered for this, but it'll be okay. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and mow everything, backfields and front, and then we'll go back to the store, get the baler, come back and start baling, and we'll see you then. And there's our first bale. So it does appear, and I don't know if you can tell from the time lapse, that this tractor may be slightly underpowered for that mower setup that we were using, but not horribly. It had some problems with the uphill, and I know I sold my highest horsepower tractor, but I really don't think that 5 horsepower would have made the difference in that case. So I'm going to let this bell drop here. We'll keep going. The one thing I really don't like about the round balers is the having to stop. It's really what makes me want a square baler, ultimately. Unfortunately, there are no square bale wrapper combos, but I'm willing to deal with having to wrap it separately to not have to deal with the listen for the beep, watch the percentage, and then back up. It's not the end of the world, it's just not ideal in my opinion. I only got it this time because there's not a lot and it would save a little time. I'm really digging the mow and swath all at once option with that mower rig. We would probably want to put it on 300 horsepower tractor, but we still got it done. So let's see, currently we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bales. So I'm gonna hazard a guess at 24 bales. That would be awesome. Even at not a great price, 24 bales will bring you quite a bit of money. These are 125s. If I remember correctly, they should be around 3,500 liters per bale. They are the smallest bale, but we're not storing these bales. We're not using them for anything, so the size really doesn't matter so much. Let's see if we can pick this up. And that was not the best place to drop that bale. Let's see if we can grab this little bit here. Wasn't enough to drop it. Alright, so we'll do another short time lapse, finish up this baling, and we'll see how many we wind up with. Alright, well that's the baling just about done. Looks like, oh, we're at 97%. We got to go find some of these little bits to finish this last bale. I noticed I missed some up here. Normally, as my luck goes, I'll lose half a bale in the baler. Oh, paying too much attention to the percentage. Looks like we'll get it right here. Alright. I didn't really keep account of the bales, but we can check the statistics after. But it looks like just by mowing up front, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 bales maybe. So that's a good thing. And that's our unfertilized, just cleaning up the edges grass. So we can take this back to the store. Just really quick before we do that, let's look at our stats page. Oh, 31 bales. I was guessing 24. Oh, that's going to be a good amount of money. So if it is 3,500 liters per bale, and we have 30 bales, that's 35,000 per 10. That'll be 100. Is that right? 100,000 liters? Wow. Even at a bad price, we could still make $40,000 or $50,000 off of that. And this is why I wanted to do silage. There's just so much money in it. And if we didn't need the money and we could wait until the best sell time, that would be even better. So we're going to take this back. There's nothing left to do on the farm. The barley's not ready. The grass has been mowed. I'm not really into rolling the field yet because it's such a small area. Actually, let's take it over here. Alright, and there. If we jump into the store page, we can return everything. We'll return the butterfly mower, we'll return the front mower, and we'll return the baler wrapper. Alright, so we've got 31 bales. We'll go back and check them out. Double check the volume of the bale. They're small bales, but I mean, we got 31 of them. Put the tractor away. There's really nothing else left to do on the farm in April, so we may as well progress one more day. We'll get a look at the chickens, see how they're holding up for food. We may have to move some egg pallets in order to be able to spawn more eggs. We're getting close to filling it up. For now, I'm just going to leave the bales where they lay, because it's going to take a month or two for them to ferment. And then we should be able to get the bale loader trailer to load them up and take them to the sell point. I just really can't afford to sit on these bales and wait for the best price. We need a cash infusion. Yep, 3,500 liters of grass, and I don't think the capacity is going to go down as it ferments into silage. We got a little bit of a mess here. I could have picked it up, but I did not. Alright, so we're going to progress into the next month. A little rain overnight. Seems like it always comes overnight. Better than during the day. Alright, new month. Check on everything. We're in May. Of course, the dog needs food. That should hold him over. Barley is growing. Take a look at the map. Have a feeling it may be darker, but still not super dark. Yeah, it's getting there. We still have a couple months yet. Let's go take a look at the chickens. Oh yeah, see, we have 5 pallets of eggs. If we let this go another month, then it will run out of room and they'll quit producing eggs. If we look over here, animal tab. Okay, they're at 3,500 liters. We've calculated them at about 1,800. So we've got another month and a bit. Right at 2 months. If we went 2 more months, they would be out of food. And maybe we can harvest the barley next month. I can't remember if we planted it in September or October. So, yeah. Okay. Well, we have to move the pallets around, and I did load the Universal Autoloader mod. It's a great mod, especially for people who are horribly bad at stacking as I am. For anybody that doesn't know, the Universal Loader Autoload mod will auto-load pallets onto game vehicles, standard game vehicles and trailers. And I think that's the way we're going to go rather than trying to load everything to sell by hand. So I'm still going to have a forklift to move things around because I am going to use the distribution method. Oh, that's Bale. Distribution method. So eventually we'll have a warehouse where we will store all of our goods for our productions. But in order to load up those goods and get them to that warehouse, I'll use a Universal Autoload. So as you can tell, when you're in a vehicle or when you're attached to a trailer that can use it, you have some other options. I think you have to be close enough to pick them up. That's it. As per usual with me, when a mod doesn't work, it's because I didn't load it. So it's loaded. And you can see auto load works with the truck. It works with the standard in-game trailers. If there are multiple configurations of a trailer, you'll have to typically go to the Bale configuration without sides or anything like that. It'll work with the flatbeds, the fifth wheel flatbeds, the curtain siders. So I'm going to use this in a very limited way, just to avoid having to fork pallets onto a truck or a trailer to move them somewhere else. And then I'll use it to unload them. But if I'm going to store something, I'll still have to use a front loader or a forklift to move those pallets around. So as you can see, you have some new options when you're in a vehicle or attached to a trailer. You can pick the material type, why that you want to pick up. It's only going to see eggs because I'm parked next to eggs. Unloading side, you can go left or right. Container type, you can tell it you only want to get Euro pallets. A lot of these filters help when you're around a lot of goods that you could pick up, but you want to specify what you want to pick up. The O button is your filter. So full only would only give me the full pallets. Any would give me all 6. And then left shift R to start loading. So since I have it set to basically everything, and I go left shift R, it's saying that this truck can only hold 2 pallets of eggs. So that's not going to work so well. But that's okay, because I also wanted to purchase the trailer for this truck. And we have generated some space for new eggs to spawn. But I think to finish off this episode, we'll go to the store and get the trailer. We'll load up the rest of the full egg pallets and we'll be ready to maybe deliver them next episode. Or we could hold them there on the trailer until the price gets a little better. But it's really time to start making what money we can so that we can expand out and make even more money. Whoa, coming in hot with eggs. Okay. The trailer that I really like for the truck is under miscellaneous. And it's this little Bachmann. It's got a ramp on it in case you want to load something onto it. The auto load works with it. It's a good trailer. It's inexpensive. Wheel setup. Standard's fine. So we'll buy this. And that brings us down to $35,249. So we really got to start making some money. Now, technically, I could use Universal Auto Load to put the bales on this trailer. Not going to do that. That's not the purpose that I want to use it for. It's really only for loading pallets for transport. And I could buy a forklift or a front loader and do it like that. You don't want to see that. Nobody's got time for that. I mean, it would be funny for about 30 seconds. And then you'd be like, geez, is this guy ever going to get his stuff loaded? So, we could use cut screens. That would be fine. But if I did use cut screens, I'd just universal auto load it. So we'll get back over here just to look. You can also use it a bit to organize things. If everything's really messy, you can load it on the trailer and then unload it. It's kind of a cheat, but sometimes you do what you gotta do. I'm all for realism, but I'm also for making it entertaining as well. So if I pull up here, hit a pallet. If I pull up here, I may not be close enough, to be quite honest. And I do left shift R. Yep, it only got the one pallet. So it's all about proximity. You have to be close enough. Nope. Oh, and it stacks them high too. So what we'll do for now is we'll just pull this right here. We have room for new eggs to spawn. I'm also curious with that pallet kind of hanging out of the spawn point if it's going to get any more. But it's okay. If it doesn't, we'll just sell it anyway. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, take care.